nag-attempt na pumasok sa kampo, mas strict na ngayon yung mga gwardiya natin. And this is also in line with our agreement with the United States, yung GSOMIA.
Na may kasabwat umanong 2 Pilipino ang naturang espiya.
Ang nadiskubre po namin ay naka-embed po siya dito sa Pilipinas. Nandito po siya noon pa hong 2013. Pabalik-balik ho, labas-pasok ng Pilipinas. At kung makikita nyo po siya at makakasalubong sa kalye, maiisip nyo po na isa siyang Pilipino rin. Nakapag-asawa na nga po dito at nagkaroon na rin po ng anak. Ang kanya hong ginagawa ay nagkakalap ng impormasyon sa mga tinatawag na infrastructure ho na critical dito sa Pilipinas.
Meron bang posibilidad lumapit sa issue na related dun sa issue ng West Philippine Sea na ang China, alam naman natin, nanghihimasok po sa West Philippine Sea. Baka ito ay kahabahagi nga ng espiya nila. Alam mo na, meron bang anggulong gano'n o lumalapit dun sa posibleng resulta ng gano'ng klase?
Sa punto po ngayon, hindi po natin masabi po yan, pero hindi po maiwasan na ikabit sa kanyang issue.
Hello po mga ka-viral and welcome back again to this YouTube channel. Latest update na naman tayo. Chinese spy na nahuli ng National Bureau of Investigation kamakailan lamang ay naging banta sa seguridad ng Pilipinas. Ang nasabing Chinese spy ay nagmamanman at nanguha di umano ng mga impormasyon at datos sa base militar, EDCA sites at iba pa mga infrastructures ng bansa gamit ang makabagong teknolohiya at direkta di umanong ipinapadala sa kanilang bansa sa China. Ito ngayon ay ang nakakagulat at nakakabahala na natuklasan ng NBI at Bureau of Immigration. Itong Chinese spy na ito ay nahuli ay labas-pasok di umano sa bansa simula pa noong 2013 gamit ang kanyang tourist visa at kamakailan lamang ay nakakuha ng kanyang permanent residency at kasalukuyang may pamilya na at anak dito sa Pilipinas. Bukod pa dito ay meron pa umano itong kasabwat na 2 Pilipino, subalit hindi pa ito pinangalanan. Maaari ito'y konektado din sa issue ng bansa sa West Philippine Sea at China o sa Pogo na konektado din sa mga Chinese. Nakuha sa Chinese spy na ito ang mga kagamitan sa pangangalap niya ng mga impormasyon dito sa ating bansa. Naging mainit din ang issue ng NGCP sa Kamara na konektado din sa bansang China. At nagiging sunod-sunod na ang mga issue na lumalabas ngayon na nagiging nakakabahala na sa seguridad ng ating bansa. Nasa kustudiya na ng National Bureau of Investigation itong spy na ito at ipinaresenta na sa Department of Justice para sa susunod na mga hakbang.
With the assistance of our Armed Forces of the Philippines, is a graduate ng closed. Closed to ang tawag dyan. It's PLA University Science and Technology, which is controlled and operated by the People's Liberation Army. With address in Nanjing, Jiangsu, China. Itong nahuli po natin ay isa siyang specialist in terms of control engineering and the automation and engineering discipline. Yung kasama ho niya ay 2 local cohorts. Yun yung nagdadrive ng vehicle and then meron siyang kasama yung passenger. And then with the directives ng ating subject foreign national, meron na ho silang mapa kung saan iikot. In fact, ang plano ho nila, pagkatapos nilang maiikot yung buong Luzon, ang next target ho nila yung buong Visayas at Mindanao. So hindi na po namin hinintay na magpuproceed sila sa Visayas. Kinuha na po namin through interdiction operation.
Dati lang merong ganito. And second, ano po yung participation ng Filipino cohorts dito?
We believe that nagsimula yung espionage operations ng China even prior to the apprehension or capture of the equipment last year. But nakita po natin na just recently, very recently, yung paggamit po nila nitong mga equipment na ito. So, kasi bagong technology po ito na ginagamit nila. That is why Nakafocus rin po tayo dito. Kung gumagamit po sila ng technology in order to spy on us, we're also using technology to pinpoint these kinds of activities. No? Hindi lang po yung technology, pati human intelligence. These kinds of activities. This is the same type of intelligence that we are also using against those. Nakikita natin sila, natutumbok po natin kung saan yung mga operations nila. And yung mga Filipino cohorts were just drivers. No? Dito, yung sa recent apprehension natin. But in the previous apprehension last year, isang Chinese individual ang gumagawa ng lahat nito. He was the one driving the vehicle, he was the one operating the equipment.
Good afternoon po, sir. Camille Samonte po from TV5. Sir, are we able to identify kung paano po siya nakapunta dito sa nakapasok? Like, yung visa ba niya ay tourist? And then also, nakapag-coordinate na rin po ba tayo sa Chinese Embassy?
Yeah, actually, we have a copy of his passport and we are now verifying it with the Bureau of Immigration. And I think 5 years na siguro siyang nandito or even more. And we believe that, dinadab namin siya as a sleeper kasi through our monitoring, yung galawan niya talagang nasa normal lang. Kaya niyang mag-blend in sa iba't ibang grupo. Hindi niyo siya pansinin. So, more or less 5 years na ho siyang nandito sa Pilipinas.
And then, sir, tama po ba? This is also related dun sa drone po na na-confiscate sa Masbate. How are we able to verify na it was connected po?
Hindi pa natin na-connect, no? But we're just looking into the overall espionage effort ng China. Because we believe that the drone, through our forensics.
Ben Pulta ko sa Philippine News Agency. Sir, he was mentioning, Mr. Attorney Lontak was mentioning that the equipment used was also, may secondary use siya as for sighting artillery. Would you go out and venture and say that the operations was pre-sighting possible targets? Military targets?
Yes, that is very possible. And also, when we looked at the areas that were the areas that this group went to, nakita namin na mga EDCA sites yung iba, no? So it's very possible that the coordinates and the topography could be used for military purposes, no? Military targeting purposes.
Sir, one last question, sir. Stretch ba to say na in the case of yung Bamban, kasi the National Historical Commission has turned out a paper parang 2 years ago that Bamban played a key part in World War II in launching air attacks for the Japanese as far as Leyte. So may ano ba yan? May influence ba yan? Yung the way that they expanded influence that in that particular area?
If you look at Bamban, napakalapit niya sa Clark. And it's between Clark and Capas, where we have a major military camp. Now, nandyan yung Army Training and Doctrine Command. Nandyan rin yung Armor Division natin sa Capas Tarlac. And nakita naman natin during the World War II, no? Yung Capas played also another, a very important role. Lalong-lalo na dun sa Death March. So, kaya nakikita namin yung strategic importance nung Bamban na Pogo.
Yung po bang mga data, Magandang hapon po, General Browner, sir. Yung po ba mga data documents na nakuha nitong mga nahuli ninyo na i-transfer, na ipadala na po ba sa kanilang base sa China? Would you confirm that?
I think Attorney Lotto can answer. Or maybe NBI Director, sir.
Possibly, no? Possibly. Kasi they are using yung equipment na real-time kinematics and global navigation satellite system. Kaya possibly na-transmit na nila on real-time. As soon as they get the information, transmitted agad.
Yes, sir. Actually, upon apprehension, nung chinek ho namin yung ICT equipment, meron ho nung application na ang capability niya is to remotely access the devices over the internet. May nakita ho kaming profile name doon, written in Chinese character, which is actively siphoning the data from the ICT equipment. So we believe na is real time habang nag-collect sila ng data from different sites, automatic ino-collect ito ng user remotely over the internet.
Yes, sir. Yung po ba, nawalang mga chips sa kanilang katawan para baka mamaya merong nakalagay sa kanilang katawan na didetect din ng kanilang government yung kanilang pagpasok dito sa DOJ at yung mga nagaganap dito ngayon?
Actually, subject po yan, ma'am, sa aming forensic team. We are working on that. And then, siguro hingi kami ng assistance with the Armed Forces of the Philippines para ma-ensure ho natin na malinis sila nung pumasok dito sa tanggapan na to.
Pero paano niyo po sila iharap dito? Na ano na sila?
Yeah, basically, nag-frisking kami. Inubad namin yung mga damit na yan kung ano meron man. Wala naman kami nakita so far. But doon sa concern mo, kung merong chips na nasa loob ng katawan, hindi pa ho namin pinaprocess yan. But I think with the Armed Forces of the Philippines, gawin namin ho yung process of checking sa kanilang mga...
Maraming salamat po.
Hi, good afternoon. Dana Tengkongko, GMA Integrated News. Sorry, I understand you're still determining the connection.
1.7, 12 million weekly, 1.5 million pinapadala sa iba't ibang shell companies. Itong organization na to. Kung sino yung nasa likod nito, state-sponsored ba siya or organized crime group ba siya. So ongoing po yung ating investigation at I think pag kumpleto na ho yung data namin, ibibigay ho sa inyo ni Director yung complete report dito.
So we are still not yet sure if this is government sanctioned. Is it still too early to say? Baka pwedeng criminal activity, simple criminal activity to?
Yeah, that's possible. But then again, we would want to issue a statement pag meron na kaming backup information and data para hindi tayo magkamali.
But as we speak, wala pang ganong establishment.
As of the moment, ang na-establish ho natin, they are engaged in ISR operations, meaning intelligence surveillance and reconnaissance operations to the prejudice of our national defense. Considering na yung mga target nito are mostly critical infrastructure na may kinalaman ho sa ating national security.
Okay, ito yung tunay na second question. The way na discover ito is through tips, as you mentioned, General Browner, human intelligence, nagsusumbong yung mga tao, even yung sa ibang incidents, galing din sa tao, yung pagbibigay ng impormasyon. Would you say na they are there's less finesse in how they're doing this? Because if this is intelligence or reconnaissance surveillance work, there should be some sort of discretion to it. Would you say that either nabawasan ng finesse or nadagdagan yung parang impunity?
Hindi pa ho ako makapagsabi dyan conclusively,
And as well as the systems operation, Mr. Chair, so transmission systems and DSO, and these aspects, Your Honor, transmission industry, Your Honor, is really, it's highly technical.
Kanina po, sinabi nyo din, Transco lang ang merong technical capacity, should I say, or resources. And that is why you relied on foreign ownership when it comes to technical part. To enlighten the public, NGCP, are you trying to say na ito pong technical part ng NGCP cannot be provided at all by Filipino citizens?
Your Honor, yung konteksto po ng response ko was that from the beginning, and that nung nagbidding din po nung panahon na yon, nung binid out din po ito ni Tisam, other participants in that bidding is meron din po silang kani-kanilang technical expert who were also foreigner, Mr. Chair. Right? So kinakonteksto ko lang po, Mr. Chair, na kaya na hanggang ngayon, nagpapatuloy pa rin, Mr. Chair, yung composition ng NGCP.
Let's go back to the time when NGCP was incorporated and applied for a franchise, because that's what you are referring to. You were saying during that time, the only company which has technical capacity is Transco, and the other companies with technical capacity has foreign counterparts as well. Do you confirm that?
Mr. Chair, because transmission...
Please answer the question, NGCP.
Yes, I confirm.
And with that answer, are you trying to say that during the time, hindi kaya ng Filipino citizens to supply the technology or the technical aspect of the NGCP operation?
At the time, Mr. Chair, yes.
At the time, yes. And of course, when you say technology or technical operation, that goes to the heart of the very operation of the NGCP. And you were saying hindi kaya ng mga Pilipino. Tama po ba ito, NGCP? At least during the time.
During the time.
At kung hindi ito kaya ng Pilipino during the time, then it follows during the time, we were solely dependent on our Chinese counterpart who owns the 40%. Yes or no?
Mr. Chair, can I give a context? Because the bid document, Mr. Chair, requires for a technical partner.
Mr. Chair, I'm just following the answer of our resource persons. We go back to 2008. You said during that time, hindi kaya ng mga Filipino. Then it follows that during the time, we are solely dependent to these Chinese corporations and citizens in as far as the operation of NGCP, a public utility corporation, which ownership and operation is protected by no less than the Philippine Constitution.
Mr. Chair, kung sinasabi nating Pilipino, meron yung mga pong employees ni Transco na after na-incorporate na si NGCP at si NGCP na po ang concessionaire, yung ito pong mga employees na technical ng Transco has been assumed. So,
however, Mr. Chair, even considering that they have Filipino employees, of course we understand that the citizenship of the corporation is determined by the extent of ownership of the owners. If the owners' majority are foreigner, then it is a foreign corporation. Otherwise, it is a Filipino corporation. If I may proceed, Mr. Chair.
Is it true that, these Chinese are going to, because if you say it's true, I will call for the revocation of your franchise. Can the Chinese close any of the three control points of the NGCP in the three islands of the islands of the Philippines? My island, the land of unfulfilled promise, Mindanao, the promise of the interconnection has been done. That's why I am grateful. We will know. Is there a switchboard that is held by the chairman, Chinese, in Beijing? Is that correct? Let us have the answer. So that this is the national security concern, which I am also concerned, because we do not want China to have, a grip on our energy system. None, Mr. Chairman. Let's have the answer, officially. You are under oath. Can the Chinese minority owners, can they sabotage our country by just stopping supply of energy to any part of the country? Answer, please.
They cannot, Mr. Chair.
Also, the answer of Mr. You're a lawyer like me, so let's give it to the more technical ones. Yeah, come here, Mr. Aguilar. Sometimes us lawyers would tend to, know everything, but this is something that is pertaining now to national security and the fact that these Chinese can never come to one of your control system site and go there and turn off the grid in Luzon, or go to the Visayas, or come to the city of Golden Friendship, my city of Cagayan de Oro, to be able to stop the supply of electricity in Mindanao. Can you now explain to us under oath what is the situation? Can they do it?
Yes, sir. They cannot control the power system of the Philippines with a single button. Yes, sir.
Is there any switchboard or control being held by people in Beijing or even in Guangzhou, nearer to us, that they can, interfere in the supply of energy in the Philippines?
None. None, sir.
And if they try to come to the 3 points, are you going to shoot them, which I suggest, to sabotage our supply? Will you do that, Mr. Aguilar? Do you have a gun?
He's Mr. Agustin.
Mr. Agustin. Oh.
I mean not.
Will you allow a Chinese like me, singit looking,
yes, sir,
to go there and then, disperse with the 3-man team and then put a button that will stop supply in Luzon? Can that happen?
We will not allow that to happen, but I think we will not shoot them, sir.
We should shoot them if they do that, because that is part of self-defense. So, Mr. Chairman, with all these testimonies from, first, the ERC, second, the SEC, third, the BIR, through my statement, and the NGCP. So, Mr. Chairman, in this committee, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What do you want to do with NGCP? It has complied with all of the requirements of the franchise. It has complied with the Constitution. So that is what the question is, but you don't have to answer. Because that is the prerogative of the Committee on Franchise to look into all the franchises of this country and be able to evaluate their performance and have even a motu proprio investigation. So thank you so much for the opportunity, Mr. Chairman. Again, Cagayan de Oro and Mindanao is thankful for the interconnection of our lines to the Visayas and to
Thank you
Mindanao.
very much. The Honorable President is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I have only short manifestation since we have the motto proprio for NGCP, no? After this hearing, maybe in the next 2 hearings, pag wala ho tayong resulta na hindi bumaba ang presyo ng kuryente natin, ay wala rin ho mangyayari. That's why when we came here with Congressman Dago, naka-prepare kami some solutions, some formula how to lower the price of electricity. I hope when this has been said and done, sana po hindi masayang po itong ating hearing. So I'm also in favor sa majority na mga questions nila. But at the end of the day, it's about the presyo, no? Yung mababang kuryente. So I hope, Mr. Chair, in the next committee, in the next hearing, matakal din natin because we prepared a lot of questions how to lower the price of electricity in the Philippines. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable De Jesus. Since there are no other interpellators,
As a general statement, do you agree?
No, ma'am.
Ibig sabihin mo, you're the one using the system of China. Mas marami kang alam kesa nag-create ng system?
No, ma'am. As I've said...
This is a general statement, NGCP. It is not my intention to undermine the technical know-how of people from the NGCP, but logically speaking, ang sabi, the creature cannot become higher than its creator. I believe that the one who created knows more and knows better about the system than the one using the system. Do you agree?
I disagree, ma'am. Say, for example, baba, meron akong laptop, computer. It's made in the US or in China. That does not mean the manufacturer can remotely use my device. Kung analogy po, ma'am, ang pinag-uusapan.
No, I'm talking about the system as a whole and considering its use, the use of the system, considering that they were the ones who created it, it is my humble submission that no matter how expert we are, the one who created knows better about the system. That is a manifestation. We respect your position. To continue, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chairman.
Romy Acop.
With the indulgence of the Honorable Luistro, because I'm interested in the point she was making a while ago. I did not get it clearly, yung sagot po ng resource person. May I ask some clarificatory questions, Mr. Chair?
If the Honorable Luistro will allow, Honorable Luistro, there were questions that he would like to ask for clarification. Yes, the Honorable Acop, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Sinabi po nyo kanina, 10 yung control points. Tama po ba yung pagkarinig ko? For the entire country, 10 yung control points. Tama po ba yung pagkarinig ko?
Sir, hindi 10 as in 10?
Yes.
Hindi po. Hindi po. We have 3 control centers, one for each region.
One for
One for Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
And walang central control point to control the 3 control points.
Meron po kaming convergence point, yung central grid operations, pero it's just monitoring the interchange points.
Yeah, but
wala po. For each region, you're correct, sir.
So if you decide to cut off the power for the entire country, wala po yun?
Wala po.
Wala po. So it's for the 3 control points.
Yes,
Kung
sir.
gusto nyong patayin ang power sa Visayas, po pwede.
Yes, sir. Using the control center, one
Yes.
by one, you turn off the circuit breakers.
So
you
walang
isolate the plants.
central control point to control yung 3 control points.
Yes, sir. If you're referring to central control point as a single control, single button, wala pong ganun.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
The Honorable Acop. Thank you. So, the Honorable Jinky Luistro, you still have the floor.
Mr. Chair, just interjection. With the indulgence of Congresswoman Luistro.
Yes, agreed.
Na medyo nakiliti lang ako dun sa tanong ni Congressman Acop. If I may ask, this is a technical question. Kasi kanina ang sagot, walang central control system, no, to turn off, let's say, the whole power system of the country, correct?
Sir, we have a control center pero walang single button to turn
it off. Okay.
Yes.
Now, can anyone just turn it off like that? Anong proseso pag turn off niyan? Sinong may approval?
Yun.
We have on-duty system operators.
So yung duty lang ang nando doon. Halimbawa, yung naka-on duty, kinurap nung isang kalaban ng bansa. At sinabi, patayin mo lahat nung yung area ng kuryente nung area yon. Can they do that?
What do you mean by corrupt? In-instructan?
Oh, in-instruct. Oh.
They should not follow.
Huh?
It's not part of their duty, sir.
No. What was that again?
Hindi. Ibig sabihin, sir, how could they do that? Why would they follow the instruction of other people from other countries?
In simple analogy, ganito lang yan. Ano? Sabi mo kasi, it can just be turned off just like that.
Yes, sir.
Diba? Now, ang tanong ko, sino ang pwedeng magsabi i-turn off yan? At kung